this computer. What's up, everyone? Welcome to Treehouse Update Tuesday, 7 o'clock. We're here live on Instagram and we're live on Zoom. You can join these meetings. Anyone can join them. They're open to the public. What we're doing is a 15-minute video update with Q&A. I have a call right at 7:30 today, so I'm going to go quick. I went to a 10X stages and boot camp event in Phoenix last week. It was amazing, mind blown. If you saw my my story, my face said it all, because it was so much information and so good. It was 2 days of 10X stages and then 3 days of 10X boot camp. So I'm going to outline that really quick and give you the next steps, what we're doing. And then I'll leave a few minutes for Q&A if you want. So if you haven't heard of 10X, it's Grant Cardone's venture. Where's the book? I've got his book somewhere around here. There we go. This is the guy right here, the 10X rule. And they put on a killer event, with all of the whole team. They went through this massive workbook of how to build your business. And you know how when you load and unload a bunch of information off of your computer and your disk gets to the point where you have to defragment it? Well, that's what my brain is right now. I came out of there like with all kinds of ideas, super tired, hardly got any sleep, but I know a lot more about where we're going. And I'm part of the year-long training event. So we'll be doing, the next event is finance, I think. There's one event every month. So a little more clarity on what we do. Treehouse Trade School is, there's a that's not a good sign. Treehouse Trade School helps homesteaders who are struggling with the skills and the resources they need to develop their homestead. Now, a lot of people don't know or didn't know, especially at this event, what a homestead is. So we've come to define a homestead as a residence that provides for itself and its inhabitants. So simply put, a residence that provides for its inhabitants. A lot of people think about a homestead as a place that is a lot of land and big farm, and that is a standard homestead. A lot of people thought of homestead as the government tax write-off, and there's some different elements within the legal system that describe it as well. But what we're trying to do, what we are doing, is making homesteading accessible to everyone, whether you have land or you live in the suburbs and just have a little piece of land, or you live in the city and you own no land at all. See, a lot of people talk about using other people's money and other people's stages. Well, we are talking about using other people's land. And that's actually how we got started. We got started here at the Seneca Treehouse Project on this very piece of land I'm sitting on now. It did not belong to us at the beginning. It was actually my neighbor's. And we started homesteading on this land. Now, we lived across the street in a suburb, basically, 7/10 of an acre. That whole piece of land across the street was mostly house and concrete and concrete and wooded. So, big trees. We didn't have a lot of arable space. So we started gardening over here, and we ended up with a little just land use agreement. And then we ended up bartering with the neighbors and obtaining the land and building on it. And here we are. We have a pretty sweet homestead. So another thing a lot of people say, well, is that like self-sufficient? And, that's the goal, is to be self-sufficient. So we're breaking up homesteading into 10 levels of homesteading. And it's basically percentages. Like level 1 is 1 to 10% sustainable or self-sufficient. And then, 100% or level 10 would be like 90 to 100. There's a little bit of fuzzy area between what is sustainable, what is self-sufficient, what is off-grid. I make the argument that off-grid is usually not the most sustainable. Self-sufficient, like if you're 100% self-sufficient, you're probably also not the most sustainable, but the sustainable is ability to sustain. Also using the word resilience. So we're really trying to build resilience into people's lives so that when things crash or crumble again, whether it's the economy that's outside of your control or bad health, it's also usually outside of your control a lot of times, building resilience into your lives so that you can sustain yourself or bounce back and recover and make it through financially, have food, have shelter. So we're looking at how to create classes, essentially create the magic formula so that people can learn how to develop and master a trade. And while doing that, teaching all of this, going through the entire process of building a homestead from even pre-purchasing of land, how to pick out land and look for resource assessments, all the way up to finishing like final touches on a house and landscaping, etc. So everywhere in between, goodness gracious, everywhere in between are tree felling and grading and house design, house construction, fencing layout, livestock, permaculture design for the entire project, etc. So our next step in the way that we can really scale the company quickly is to, scale it quickly and indefinitely, is to get all of those courses online and actually start doing the courses right away via live, like one-to-one or one-to-many video courses. So the course that I'm working on creating is called Homesteading Made Easy. Within that course, I'll be covering low maintenance garden mindset, which is one of the classes that I've been working on. The minimalist toolkit, like the basic tools you need to build just about anything. Introduction to permaculture, and then a free an assessment, which is, and actually we'll probably do the assessment first. When the assessment is a personal assessment, a personal skills assessment, and then a land resource assessment, and then a dreams assessment, looking at all the things that that the individual wants to implement into their homestead. So those are 4 elements of Homesteading Made Easy. I'm really just trying to make the course. There'll probably be some other elements in there too. I'm still formulating this. But I want to launch it April 15th. So 3 weeks from now, launch this live course, and we'll just do 1 hour a week, and we'll break up the course into segments, and then have it be on Zoom, so people can sign up for the course. They can join us on Zoom. We'll do probably a 45-minute talk, and I say it'll be me doing a 45-minute talk, and then there'll be Q&A, and I'll load that. I'll create an online class with that and put it up and make it available. So the online classes, and then we're scaling up. We'll be hiring a video person, which is like the key next person that I know, that I've known for a while that I need to hire, is a videographer that can do video editing and social media, and turning the audio into script, which is done via an app, and then ideally taking that script and turning it into workbooks so we can add to and continue developing Treehouse Trade School workbooks. We have probably 24 workbooks right now that are anywhere from how to build a birdhouse, a couple pages, all the way up to 68-page construction volume 1 workbook. We've got a permaculture design workbook that was created. So I want to create those digital assets and keep growing the organization. And those will also serve as prerequisites for students to be able to take the classes online at a cheaper cost than what they could come and do it with me in person or with our team. And as we continue to develop this, we'll be bringing on other instructors and other tradespeople and having them teach courses. So I'll go and teach courses with them. We have one guy lined up, that we're working on lining up in Kenya that has an agroforestry class. And we've been trying to get there for a while, but haven't really had the financial means to do it. So my plan is to go to Kenya, help him film the course, put the course on Treehouse Trade School, and then whenever anybody buys one of the courses, they'll get 50% of the proceeds. So we can do that with all tradespeople. I just ran into our grader today, the guy that used to do grading for us, and I was just looking at a grading job and just priced it out. And then I went in to get lunch, and I was like man, I wish I could talk to Paul Woody about this pricing, see if I'm right about it. I go in to get lunch in Subway. I look behind me, and Paul's right behind me. So I was like, dude, let's have dinner. Let's have lunch together, and let me pick your brains just for a second. And so Paul's like, yes, I would like to be one of the instructors in the trade school and help create those classes. And I talked to him about all the pricing, told him where I was at with this tree work job and grading, and he was like, yep, that's right about what I would have priced it. We had a great conversation, kind of reassured a lot of things, and gave me a lot more clarity. So what a divine intervention that was. Just signs that I'm on the right path. So yeah, hiring a video guy, developing online classes. Treehouse Trade School is a homesteading development organization. We help people with the skills and resources they need to develop their homestead. There's so much stuff. I just have to, like I said at the beginning, defragment all the information that I got over the last couple of weeks and put it out there. There's a lot of good stuff about employee acquisition and retention, and how to just be in the public eye all the time. Like Grant is extreme, and you guys, if you've ever seen Grant, you probably have mixed feelings. If you watch him online, I would just encourage you to go watch a video on Grant Cardone. And actually, Google Grant Cardone and Jackson on YouTube. Look for that, because Jackson, so this is awesome. My nephew is 10 years old. He was at the event with us. And Jackson, so my brother was there. Two of my brother's main guys, and my brother's son was there, and I was there. We're all together. And Matt helped Jackson craft up a question and a thank you for Grant. And Jackson raised his hand. And previous to Jackson raising his hand, Grant was up there just being Grant, like lighting it up, like he was cussing. I mean, he even had a really cool parable about Jesus. He was talking about Jesus and how Jesus didn't do it on his own. Jesus left home and just went out and followed God and did what he thought was the best thing to do. And he was how he would do amazing things and then say, go tell the others. And he was just, he was doing a lot of the things that business people do. And Grant was telling this whole story. And then Jackson raises his hand, and Grant's like, oh, he's like, yeah, you. Oh, hey, dude. Yeah, you. Hey, man. Oh, hey. Oh, I've been cussing up a storm up here. He was like, oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Well, hey, I'm old enough to cuss. You're not. And Jackson started talking. He was a little bit nervous at first. I sprinted to the back of the room and got my phone and came up and started filming it. So that's what's on YouTube. And Jackson, the day before, Jackson had asked a question, so everybody knew who he was. So as soon as he stood up, everybody's cheering for him, like 750 people in a room cheering for Jackson. And then he starts talking, and Jackson said, "I want to help 50 million kids get off of the video game." And as soon as he said that, the whole room lit up. And Grant's like, "Hey," he's like, come up here on stage right now, come on." So the whole three days of the event, nobody else got up on stage. The only person was Jackson, and it was the very last thing at the event. Like, Jackson got up on stage for like 8 minutes with Grant. I got about 4 minutes of it on YouTube, and Grant's like, "I'm gonna blow up your YouTube, man." He's like, "I'm gonna blow it up." He's like, "I want to partner with you, and I want you to come and help teach some of the Cardone University for kids to the rest of the world." He's like, "We're gonna use peer pressure." He's like, "Because I was peer pressured into doing a bunch of bad stuff when I was little. We're gonna use you guys for peer pressure to pressure the other kids into doing this stuff." And so Jackson got off stage, and I was so proud of him. I gave him a big hug, and then that was it. That was the end of the event. And then, like, all this whole rush of people comes up, and they want to talk to Jackson. They want to get their picture with him, and so he's got a really good opportunity. And by association, like, we have even that much better of an opportunity because just we know him, So it's amazing. But lit up, I'm stoked. I got so much more clarity and so much more to come on how to talk about and continue to develop Treehouse Trade School, and then segueing with Wheelhouse Construction, which is my brother's company, and then Jackson's company is going to be called Handy Kid. And so doing a bunch of handyman stuff and landscape maintenance around the house. And then I'm going to be pulling Abel into that too, and Miles when he's ready to do the homesteading stuff and showing people what they can eat and all that. So lots of work to do. We want to be posting every day on social. It would really help if you guys would share all of our posts and put them out there. And also, if you're developing a homestead, this is key. If you're developing a homestead or you have questions about anything, what's up, Jeremy? Hey, man. Phaedra, I know Phaedra's been hanging out for a little bit. Good to see y'all. Wave. So if you have any questions on homesteading development, that's anything from pre-purchase property acquisition. So before you buy a property, come to me. Let me help you out. Let me make sure it's a good property for you, for what you want to do. Before you design a house, let me help you design the house so you can design it efficiently and effectively. There's a chapter in my book to help with that too, in 71 Solutions. There's several chapters in there. If you're going to do edible landscaping, food forestry, livestock, let me help you with that. And in the past, I've dropped the ball a lot. That's because I've been trying to do it all myself. So I'm bringing on the team. I'm onboarding team members. We have there's 2 of us now. We're gonna have a 3rd one in we're gonna have a video person in who knows, hopefully a couple of weeks. We'll have a 4th person in a couple of months. And we're just gonna keep growing and expanding and getting stuff out there to help the world be a better place. All right, 7:22. We have 8 minutes, so I really need to be off of here in about 6 minutes to switch over to a call. Any questions? Anybody have any questions? And by the way, if you're just joining, you can join us every week. Go to the link in our bio and you can join us for the update live on Zoom, which is why I keep looking down here if you're on Instagram, and if you're on this video, I'm looking up here at the Instagram post. So you can join live, and I'd love to get your feedback and hear what your thoughts are, how we can improve and get better, and get, answer any questions I possibly can. I say ask me the questions. Even if you don't want to buy anything, just like ask me the questions. And instead of me just like answering, I mean, I could do a consultation. I'm glad to do that. But yes, I would love to host at least. Absolutely. Yeah, I'd love to do that. Emily, if you have any resources for that, I was thinking about bringing our tool trailer. Emily said maybe see if you can host seminars at LEAF, which is Lake Eaton Arts Festival. But what I was just saying, if you have a question, send it to me, whatever way. Just give me the question, and I'll try to answer that question on social media, and that'll create a social media post, and I'll tag you, and I'll put it up, and that'll be content for us, and then that'll help, hopefully help you answer your question. If I don't know the answer, I'll find out. I will do the research and find out, because that's part of my continuing education to help grow and develop myself and grow Treehouse. Thanks, Emily. Yeah, okay. I'll email Lee. Yeah, I want to get on some stages. I want to get on 12 physical stages this year and 24 digital stages. Well, this kind of counts as a digital stage, but I was on one stage earlier, and like right before I went to the event, and there were 10 people there, and I think I made one of them mad. I'm not sure. And then but then I also got a client out of it too, so that's good. But Grant talks about he said, use this analogy. When a fire is burning, the fire's hot, you don't wait till the fire goes out to throw another log on. You keep throwing a log on while it's hot. And that's what the whole digital world is about, is just keep producing content. So sometimes I'm guarantee I'm gonna make some people mad. I'm very authentic. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm gonna share stories. I mean, I shared a story about getting attacked by a vegan extremist about a workshop that we were holding to help people learn how to harvest rabbits and learn how to harvest rabbits and chickens, and they didn't like that very much. And I get that. I get it. But the point is, even if they're talking bad or saying bad things, just keep showing up and they won't forget you, and you can learn, continue to learn to get better. Video, can you text me to share the videographer, especially if they're closer? You want to use my videographer? What? You have to pay for it. That's what you're saying? Yeah, we could probably do that. Yeah, I think I'll probably hire somebody. I don't have them on staff yet, but we have a company coming down from Michigan on Friday. Yeah, they're coming down on Friday to we're gonna get it started, and they're gonna help look for somebody for us. So hopefully we'll be able to find somebody soon with their help, and that's gonna be a total game changer. I'm gonna be way more productive because I won't be playing with my phone all day trying to put out a post, and we'll be able to reach more people. So yeah, feel free to call me, Emla. Is that okay? It's like Emla. All right, I gotta go. Love you guys. Thanks for joining. And next Tuesday, 7 o'clock, join us again. We'll be right here, live and live on Instagram. Peace out. Y'all have a great week.